misconception about a subject matter sometimes make us to believe what we are not supposed to believe. And so when you are told about something, it is good for you to make research, find out the truth about what that subject is instead of just believing what is said. Some of these belief systems have been carried over from generations that we don't know. As the world is evolving, things are changing, and there are some misconceptions we need to throw away. Today, in our sex education um, discussion, we're going to look at some misconception about sex education. The number one misconception I want to look at is that they tell you that if you teach a child sex education, it encourages a child to become sexually active. That's not the truth. Research have you that those who are taught sex education from a young age are better informed and they are well prepared to make good decisions. They will be able to abstain and they will be able to know that there is age appropriate for one to indulge in some certain activities. So, sex education is not just teaching about sexual activity. There are other areas we teach certain boundaries, healthy relationship. Uh, we talk about consent and the others. Okay, gender identity, personal identity. All of that is taught in sex education. So don't look at it as just one central area of education. It covers other areas of education. Then they tell you that sex education center just only on abstinence. So for that reason, it's just a one-way traffic. No. In as much as our best bet in teaching sex education is abstinence, there are other areas too we cover in sex education, like contraceptive, like STI, STD. So we cover a whole range. For those who are already sexually active before they realize about this subject matter, we teach them to protect themselves. But the best bet is abstinence. There are age-appropriate stage of life that you can indulge in some activities. So when you are not of that age, stay away, stay clear. That's why we promote abstinence, but that's not the only method we use to teach sex education. There are other methods apart from the abstinence method. So it's not abstinence alone method. There are other methods. Then other areas is parents alone should teach children sex education because they will get the wrong information. True, there are a lot of places that children get the wrong information about sex education, which is true. But if the school is involved, they will give the right education. Professionals, like those of us who are sex education instructors, we give our young individuals the right information. We try to debunk the misconception and try to put them in the right track. So that's why we are here for you. We teach preteens, we teach toddlers, we teach young adults too. There are age-appropriate information that we can give out. We don't come all in to teach sex education to every age. Depend on the age of the child. Okay? So that's why we have informations and books that are related to every age of a child's life and the information they can consume. That's why we want parents to get to know about this information so that you know the appropriate age to introduce a particular subject. We have curriculum for preteens, we have curriculum for toddlers, we have curriculum for teenagers, and it is age appropriate for them. So it is not just parents alone that can teach children sex education or teach young individuals sex education or only guidance. We have professionals, we have the school that can teach this to young individuals. Then it is not appropriate for teens. That sex education is inappropriate for teens. Why is it inappropriate? Some feel that when they know too much, they will do too much. No. When they know about the changes going on in their body, when they understand what they are meeting in life, they will be able to be well equipped about how they are going to be able to skate through. Okay? when you have information about the destination you are going to follow that guide till you get to the information, you get to the destination. So sex education is like a map helping a child to navigate every stage of life that the child is going to. Then the sex education is again cultural norms and values. Now the culture feels that a child should not be taught sex education. Are you for real? A child should be taught sex education because the child has to know what he or she have to know. So sex education is not against the culture. It is not against the culture at all. It depends on the area you want to take it from. If you want to take it from the cultural perspective, you can take it from the cultural perspective. If you want to take it from the religious perspective, you can take it from your own religious perspective. Nobody is trying to put down the culture. We're only going to teach you the holistic nature of sex education. And so the culture, the religious beliefs, all of them can come in, and then we can add the other holistic nature. But then, if there are areas you don't agree to, you can filter that out and take the one that suits your belief system and your religious background. And then they said, sex education is majorly for girls. It is not for boys. Who said so? Everybody needs sex education, whether boys or girls. Both gender need sex education. Why? Both gender needs to set boundaries. Both gender needs to have knowledge about relationship, about sexuality, okay, about consent, about peer pressure, about the digital space. So why is it that we focus on just the girls to learn sex education? So hey, my people, sex education is for all. So you see this misconception about that it is centered on just sex. It makes it to be sexually active. It's parent oriented alone. It's not encouraging the cultural non and religious belief. It's just for boys. All of that is a misconception. Let's get it straight. It teaches about a whole range of areas, and it helps young individuals to make informed decision today that will help their tomorrow. So that's why we encourage you as a young person, and we encourage you as a well-meaning adult. Take this education so that you can prepare this generation, this young generation, to be able to make good decisions that will impact their life positively. All right, so we'll be on this journey, letting you know what and what we have for you on this column. Here we advocate sex education, help young ones to be aware of what is changing in their body, and helping them to make informed decisions, setting boundaries, and consenting to what is right or that align with their value. And we are here for parents in order for them to have the right education to impart on their children. For every other adult who will want to impart on other individuals, young individuals that might need this education. So all of us need this kind of education. Let's come on board. Let's advocate this, and let's help our young ones to be better individuals tomorrow.